So have you ever noticed that you can find wisdom in the strangest of places? It can be in a book, it can be in a movie, sometimes it's in a song. Had this recent example, I'm going to read you a little excerpt, but essentially it's that like there's always good sayings everywhere, and it doesn't matter who wrote them. There's wisdom in the strangest of places, and sometimes not the strangest of places. So to start with, some original wisdom. Pillage from all sources. Seneca said, "I'll never be ashamed to quote a bad writer with a good saying." One of the striking things about Seneca's letters and essays is how he often quotes the philosopher Epicurus. Why is that strange? Because Stoicism and Epicureanism are supposed to be diametrically opposed philosophies. In reality, the differences, while significant, tend to be overblown. But this is true to form for Seneca. He was looking for wisdom, period. It didn't matter where it came from. It was something that he did a lot of his fundamentalists in religion, philosophy, anything that seemed to miss. So who cares whether some bits of wisdom are from a Stoic, and whether it perfectly jibes with Stoicism? What matters is whether it makes your life better, whether it makes you better. So then it got me thinking. Most people have seen the Barbie movie, and there was that amazing modern parallel where America Ferrera's character, I have some notes that I'm referring to, delivers this powerful monologue about the impossible contradictions of being a woman. And if I go forward and then go backwards, the lessons too often for us is that we dismiss an idea because it comes from somebody or comes from a source that we don't necessarily identify with. So if it's from a source that we do identify with, so if you're religious, you believe that the message is coming from church, and you might be less likely to believe it from other sources. I myself am a skeptic of the news. I tend to believe that the way things come out of the news is to point us in the direction of something that we might not always be focused on. This modern parallel, though, is really interesting because it resonated globally, and it gave the voice of truth to many women that they feel daily. Whether or not you identify with Barbie, feminism, or pop culture, this speech is still wisdom, and it challenges the double standards and invites empowerment. So if we connect the two, Seneca didn't care whether wisdom came from Epicurus, and we don't have to care either. The truth comes from a philosopher, whether it comes from a philosopher or a pop star or a pop culture movie or a child's observation. Children do come up with gems, though, don't they? Wisdom can wear many costumes: ancient philosophy, modern films, everyday conversations. Why it matters? Does it help you live a better life? Does it help you think differently? This quote, as I've said, it resonates with me. Quite often I'll hear a song and I'll think, that resonates. So my challenge to you is, what wisdom are you ignoring because it doesn't fit your worldview? So for example, you might not think that you can grow rosemary in water, but this is just in water and it's growing. Can you see the roots? It's growing roots, and all of this is new growth. I thought rosemary only grew in the ground. Now you know different. So it's a practical reminder now. Don't dismiss a book, a movie, a speech, or even advice from someone outside your usual circle just because it doesn't align with your worldview. Take the time to think about, is there some merit in that? And actually, more often than not, when there's something that grinds against you, grinds against one of your values, it's trying to tell you something. So, wisdom can wear many costumes. It can look like ancient philosophy. It can look like a modern film. It can look like a book. It can look like an everyday conversation. So challenge, what wisdom are you ignoring because it doesn't fit your worldview?